So all of you have got my lectures?
Yes. Yes.
This means you are not in the group with Saleh. So put him in. Anyone else? All right. So mobiles go off. We'll have break in between to see your important WhatsApp messages, okay? Otherwise, if you stand here, you can see everyone, you know. I know what is he doing and what is he doing. You know. The teacher knows, especially like me who is teaching for 40 years. All right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So a quick recall from the last time with your help. All right. We had 2 lectures last time. One was about homeostasis. You remember? Yes. So homeostasis means what? To maintain a stable condition. So quickly, please, what do you want to maintain stable? Example? Temperature? pH? Pressure? Blood pressure? Yes. Glucose in the body, because my nervous system depends upon it. Volume of water, you know, fluid electrolyte balance. But to put it in a very simple way, we need balance of everything in our body. It can go up, down. Like he removed his white coat because he was feeling warm in this room, you know. So this is a reaction. You remember I discussed temperature with you. So this is one of the reactions that we wear the white coat or we wear the jacket or whatever it is if we feel cold. Or we remove it. And you remember last time I discussed the word which you said, what is it? A posture in which we extend our body like this. You know, we discussed it in detail. Then from where I will start today, inshallah, a slide I told you, which Dr. Sihab discussed with you, that there is difference between inside of cell and outside of cell. Inside of cell, we call it intracellular fluid. Outside of cell, we call it extracellular fluid. And we had a slide where we said that sodium is more where? Outside. Sodium is more where? Extracellular. And potassium is more where? Intracellular. All right. So now, just a quick example and then I go through the slides. And please remember, I am not a teacher who has hurry to finish the slides, okay? Because I have a tutorial next week. And if I cannot finish the slides here, I will finish in tutorial, okay? So no problem. So more important thing is this slides you have. This is important thing. Because some points you will learn here and rest you can prepare for your exam or whatever it is from the slides. We will have an assignment when your blackboard is ready. You all know about blackboard? So when the blackboard is ready, you will have an assignment which is actually graded out of 10. For each unit in physiology, you will have an assignment, okay? So we will tell your leaders that now the assignment is on the blackboard and you will have 24 hours to do it. And in my case, I always give 2 attempts. That is, you can make 2 attempts. This is one, and then you have some labs, like the leader told me that today you have lab for obesity. Obesity, you know? Yes. So it is in the same building, on the 3rd floor, this corner. It is our physiology lab, and Dr. Habib will take the lab. All right, so I start from a strange example, and please don't mind. Now, he is sleeping. Okay, I'm just giving an example. He is sleeping, but he is normal. Can I wake him up? If he is sleeping, but he is perfectly normal, can I wake him up? Yes. How will I wake him up? You know, he says, he straight away goes that I will push him, you know, or I will punch him. But I can call him Muhammad. You understand? Whatever it is, we call it what? Stimulus. Try to understand the word. We call stimulus, you know. For example, if someone out of you So we make a general rule. When you are late for the class, where do you enter from? Always remember this, okay? So when you are late for the class, enter from the other door, because all the class gets disturbed if you come from here. So can you tell me what is a stimulus? If someone wants to translate into Arabic, you can translate into Arabic. Stimulus. Yes. In Arabic, yes. What is the function of that? Stimulate means what? He is sleeping. Stimulates mean what? Muhammad.
Something make you do something. Another action.
Yes. Yani, you change the position. You see, I am sitting. So you give me a stimulus. Stand. I stand. You understand? This is voice stimulus. I am sleeping, you give me a stimulus and I wake up. Alright? Like he said that you push him or you pinch him or whatever it is. Can you tell me the things or the organs in the body which you cannot stimulate? Think on it. I'll make the thing easy for you, okay? So that is what I'm saying. He is immediately going to my question, which is, he picked it up correctly. I said, what are the things in the body which you cannot change? He said heart. Do you agree?
Yes.
Why no?
Yes.
Why yes, why no? Yes. What was my question? Can I change my heart rate? Heart rate increase. Heart rate decrease. No. Try to understand. Can I move my hand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I fan my fingers?
Yes.
Can I make fist?
Yes.
What about the adrenaline?
Yes, we'll come to it. But stay with me. Can you tell adrenaline increase? No. Now listen. There is zilzal. This is what he is saying. Is it in your control? Automatically your heart rate will increase. Agreed?
Yes.
This will be the last few slides of my today's lecture. Second lecture. Maybe I finish it today, maybe I finish it in the tutorial next time. Are you picking up my point? What did I say? I said stimulus. This is number 1 point. We can stimulate some parts of the body, but we cannot stimulate the other parts of the body. He is right, adrenaline. But I am right also. That is, we cannot increase or decrease adrenaline. Yani, I am a very calm, quiet, nice gentleman with a tie here. Like this, I am standing like your teacher. And suddenly there is zalzal. Or there is something from which I get afraid. Can I control my heart rate now?
No.
Can I control my blood pressure now?
No.
You understand? Very simple example. The same hand. Can I move my hand?
Yes.
Now, here in this table there is current. There is electric current, okay? So I am teaching you and I touch it. What will happen? Can I control it?
No.
This is called reflex. What is reflex? Immediate involuntary response to a stimulus. Are you understanding what I am telling you? At the end of the day, what is my topic? My topic is, we are starting with excitable tissues. So we say excitable tissues are 2 in the body. One is nerve. How I am moving my finger?
By your nerves.
How I am moving my finger? I want long answer. Yani multiple answers. How I am moving my finger?
With your brain.
Yes.
By your
I decided it in my brain, in my brain.
Yeah.
You know, I'll move my finger, I'll stop my finger, I'll stand my finger like this, I will move my finger. So this is order from the brain which goes where?
To the hand.
To the muscles.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on. From brain it goes into spinal cord. And then from spinal cord it goes into,
The hand.
come on,
The arm.
Nerve.
come on, come on. You are all right, but I want to pick up the exact answer. Motor nerve. Two types of nerves. What is motor? What is motor? Come on, you are my sons. Even if you say something in Arabic, someone will translate for me. What is motor? Which moves? Haraka.
That physically moves.
Yes. Motor means, what is motor? You understand?
Yes.
No, it is not car. Motor means which is moving. Harrak. You know. Like the police person, he comes after you and he says, Harrak. So motor. What is opposite of motor?
Stopping.
Listen.
Liver.
I am sleeping and he says push or touch. Yes.
Sensor.
Very good. Sensory.
Okay.
You understand? So
Response.
opposite.
After sensory response.
Yeah.
After sensory response.
Don't go to the next point. What is opposite to the motor? Sensory. You are right, but keep it up to you. Because it is jumping to the next point. Alright, so we are starting once again. So we have two excitable things in the body. One is nerve. And we said that nerves are of two types. Now we come to what he said, response, or what I said, reflex. Or what did the nerve do? What did you tell me? Tissue, muscle, things like this, okay? Who is moving my finger? Now you can answer.
Your nerves.
Who is moving my finger? Now my question is changed. First I asked you how I move my finger. Now I ask you who is moving my finger? What? Yes, muscle. What is heart? Which muscle? Cardiac muscle.
Yeah.
What is my intestine? My intestine. Smooth muscle. What is my blood vessel?
Skeletal muscle.
Smooth muscle, blood vessel. Is it in your control? No. Listen, he has something to eat and he gives it to me and I take it into my mouth. He gives me a chocolate, okay? Is it in my control?
Yes.
Now I have taken in. Was it my control?
Yes.
Yes. Taking in. Once it passes my this, now it is not in my control. This is the difference. But is there some motor activity in the intestine or esophagus? Is there some motor activity in the esophagus? Try to understand.
Yes.
Is there some? Yes.
The second.
Let's start once again. Where did I start? I said he is sleeping. I will give him stimulus. Okay, not push. I said stimulus. Whether I call him Muhammad or I pinch him or whatever it is. You understand? Number one. Number two, I said there are two excitable tissues in the body. One is nerve and one is muscle. The nerves are of two types. One is motor and the other is sensory. Sensory picks up the signals. Motor take the command to move. The second is muscle. And the muscle are how many types? Three types. Which out of the three is in my control? So this is the first concept which we make. And this will be spread in the lecture at multiple places. So I will be passing through the slides like, a little fast because I will cover before I go to the slides. All right. Now, this was the example of a person who was normal but sleeping. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is a person, may Allah bless him, he is dead. This is a person who is dead. All right, how do we solve their problem? My dears, there are only two ways. One, you go and pick up some chairs from somewhere. Otherwise, you sit in between. Bismillah. All right, so pick up the chairs because the lecture is long. So you can find in some lecture room or you can sit here. All right, listen to my second example now. What has changed? Very good, very good. What has changed? Everyone thinks on it. He already answered a thing. I said very good, but it doesn't mean that he is right.
What's the question?
It just means that he is answering. My question is this. This is a person who is dead. All right? Let it. This is a person who is dead. I am comparing him with this person who was
Not dead.
normal but sleep.
Okay.
And I gave him stimulus and he woke up.
Yeah.
Now, can I wake him up? No.
No.
My question was why I cannot wake him up. Yes. You answer.
The things that make you alive, which is the heart,
What are the things which make me alive?
heart and brain.
So today's lecture we are not discussing heart and brain, but you are right. But my next question is this: who makes heart work? How the heart works? Yes.
The punches that make a person move doesn't punch, doesn't work.
Say.
The difference.
Yes.
The nerve cells are dead.
The nerves are dead. Yes.
Impulses.
Impulse. He is bringing a difficult word. Impulse. Although he is right. Yes.
His blood flow doesn't work. So
His
blood flow.
blood flow is not there. Blood flow is not there. Agreed. Yes. Today's lecture, is it cardiovascular system?
No.
Is it brain nervous system?
No.
It is just introduction. You know, it is just introduction, and he was already saying that, will you just discuss a topic? You know, my question is this: why he woke up and why he is not waking up? So you are all right. Heart is not working, blood is not flowing. But my question remains: what is the basic thing which makes us work? Which makes my heart work? Which makes my intestine work? Which makes my lungs work? Which make every tissue work? Dear, from where you brought the chair, you have to tell him also. Okay. Yes, I confused you already? Or you got bored? Confused. The answer is very simple. Where did I start my lecture from? I said last time we discussed homeostasis and we left you on the difference of electrolytes between intracellular fluid and extracellular fluid. I started from here.
Yes.
I started from there that sodium is more in the, and you answered me, extracellular fluid. And potassium is more in the intracellular fluid. I started with this. Agreed?
Yes.
So this is, you will be surprised. This is what we call potential. Yani, if there is difference inside and outside, this means the person is alive. Strange. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, for example, this window is closed. Here, the temperature is 23, 24. But outside, the temperature is 45. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Is there difference?
Yes.
This is the reason that I have closed this window. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has closed by cell membrane, which we discussed last time. You remember?
Yes.
But we discussed another point last time, that some substances, they can pass through the cell membrane. You understand? If I put off the AC, what will happen to this cold? No, subhanAllah, this will pass through this glass by conduction, which we discussed last time. And it will make the air outside warm by convection, which we discussed last time. You understand? So, I repeat once again, inside cell, outside cell, electrolytes are different. I repeat it once again and then I'll repeat it on the slides. This difference on inside and outside, this makes us alive. Say I have not understood the point, and I'll go to the slides in a minute. Listen, if you make all the electrolytes same on both the sides, what will happen?
Die.
Why die? Why die?
The whole is
Why die? Yes.
Because the electrode will stand there, not going through.
Love you. Thank you. What he's saying is this, that this is the stage where there is tawazun or balance. Sodium cannot come in. Potassium cannot go out. You understand? Yes. So it is like I put off the light. You have cut the circuit. The electrons cannot move. So likewise, why do we need sodium to move in? Why do we need potassium to go out? This we will learn today. So we go slow, but the first few slides, in the middle some slides, and in the end some slides, I have discussed, and I will go a little fast, depending upon. Okay, so who will explain this slide? Have we done it before? Yes. Have a look at it. Who will explain this slide? Come on, be confident. You're all my sons. Even if you say something wrong, no problem. What is this? Come on. What is this? What is this? Give a statement. I have 2 ears, okay? Don't raise hands. Just speak. When I ask a question, then you can raise the hand, okay? But for open thing, okay. What is this? What is this? What is the difference?
The position.
Sodium is
concentration.
Everyone speaks it out. Everyone speaks it out. Please, hello. Note it. Where sodium is less?
Sodium less and
No, I'm spelling that. Who was on the tab? Yes. Picked up. Where sodium is less?
less and
Intracellular fluid. It is less. This means if you want diffusion, which direction will sodium go? You see, if I open the window, basics physics. If I open the window, will heat come in or cold go out? This is basic physics. Cold will go out because hot air goes up. This is the rule.
The sodium will go from high concentration to the.
So the sodium will go from the high concentration to the low concentration if we open the gate. If we allow the sodium to pass it. Yes, potassium. Which direction will potassium go? Now your turn, finish. Yes.
The opposite side.
That is?
The opposite of.
No, just say the word. From intracellular fluid to the extracellular fluid. Who has not understood this? No problem. Because diffusion is from high concentration to the low concentration. All right?
If we say that the sodium will go from the high concentration to low concentration, then why we don't have in intracellular fluid more sodium?
Window. There is cell membrane. This is what I am saying. You have to open the gate. How will you open the gate? Again, where did I start the lecture from? By waking him up. What did I give to you? Stimulus. You got it? So if you give a stimulus, the sodium channel will open. Which direction will sodium go? This will make the nerve impulse which will make my finger move. At 2 places. One, at nerve. Nerve needs electric current. And number 2, at the muscle. Muscle needs electric current to contract. Are you with me? Don't be confused. Everything is on the slide. This is just for you to make you understand. The slides are for B+. Why Saleh is recording this, and I always allow, no problem. These are the modern gadgets. Because you pick up some points in the lecture which make you A+. Lectures, slides, no question comes out of slides. But some people cannot interpret it because they did not listen to the lecture. This is the only thing. Otherwise, everything is on the slides. So we have made the first concept. Sodium more here, potassium more intracellular fluid. What is this? Phosphate. Less important. What is this? Chloride. Sodium and chloride are married. They stay together. Sodium and chloride. So chloride is more over here. What is this? Protein. What is the charge on the protein? What is the charge on sodium? Positive. What is the charge on potassium?
So the sodium.
To the point answer. Don't go here and there. Charge on the potassium?
No.
Plus. What is the charge on protein?
Negative.
Negative. What is written here?
Anion.
Read it.
Anion.
So no problem. English is not our language. Anions. Anion. Anion means negative. What is the name for positive? Cation. Cat. Kitta. Yeah. Okay. So cation. Okay. So cation positive, anion negative. What is the charge on the protein? Negative. Yes. What were you saying?
I want to say just a protein is a channel for
Wonderful. He's going to another type of protein, which is the channel protein, which we discussed last time. Okay. That is, proteins, they make some channels here, which allow the passage. We will come to it in a minute. Have we made the basic concept? Now we go to the concept which I was discussing 2 minutes back.
So Doctor, before that,
Please continue. Yes.
if we have 5 units of sodium in the extracellular fluid, then when it's
Will you give me 1 minute? So this is for MCQ. We will not give everything, but because the ladies' side, the girls' side, they have got good memory. That is why they get more marks than us. So they always put some questions. What is the concentration of sodium outside? What is the concentration of potassium inside? This is the commonest. Something special?
No.
Okay. You have the lecture?
Yes.
Okay. So only these two, okay? Sodium and potassium. Just memorize these two, because the female side, they are sometimes interested. That is why, because we use the common slides. That is why this slide is here. But what is this slide telling to the males? It is telling the story of the previous slide. That is, sodium is more on the extracellular fluid. Potassium is more in the intracellular fluid. The proteins, yani this one, and the anions, they are more there. Things like this. So this general concept, I told you, this is for MCQ. Just memorize the sodium concentration and the potassium concentration. So my friend, he is not happy with me because I did not answer his question about 5 or 10, whatever he was saying, okay? So we come to 10 and 5. Do not look at your slide now, because I want to ask the question. Comment on this slide, please. I said do not raise hand. Everyone can answer. I have 2 years.
Tawazun.
He says his comment is tawazun. Already he told that if there is tawazun, this is a membrane which is not going to work. You understand? So 10 plus 10 negative. 10 plus 10 negative. So do you agree with him? Equilibrium, tawazun. Does this membrane has potential? Now someone who has got good English, like my English is bad. English is not our language. Can you translate now the word potential into Arabic? Think on it, he has learned, Umar.
Yes.
Umar has learned boxing. So he has a potential to win, inshallah, gold medal in boxing.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And for example, he has memorized Quran, inshallah. And he can make good karat,
Yes.
So he has a potential to win. You understand? Now translate potential into Arabic. Yeah, Qabiliya. This is the best word. Yani, this membrane does not have potential. It cannot do anything. Agreed?
Yes.
I have forcefully made you understand this. This is a dead membrane. Because there is balance. Can sodium move from outside inward? Very simple. So now leave the word dead. Dead is not a good word. The good word is neutral. Neutral. You understand? Yani, it is not positive, it is not negative. So this is not living membrane. The membrane has no potential because it is an equilibrium. Do not see the next slide. This is what he was saying, 5 or 10. This is a membrane with 15 plus 10 on this side, 10 negative, 5 plus and 10 negative on the other side. Yes, comment.
Where is that time goes?
Because I have written the answer here. You know, ions are not in equilibrium. Agreed?
Yes.
This membrane has why? Why? Why?
Because
All right. So that is why I do not like recording, because I will give an example which is just for the boys, and do not put this. Edit it, okay?
Okay.
So these are the boys,
Yes.
and these are the girls.
Okay.
All right. But this is the barrier. Now these boys are so happy because they have merit. They have merit.
Yes.
But here there are less girls. Now what do the extra boys? Yani here we have 5 extra boys. Here there are 5 extra girls.
Yes.
Can they meet? No, because there is. Do they want to meet?
Yes.
So they have potential. Have you understood the message?
Yes. Yes.
This is, you know, if like the previous one, if 10 and 10 and 10 and 10, you know, they will be living happily, married. 10 and 10, khalas. But here there is a problem that girls are more on this side and the boys are more on this side. They do not find a girl for marrying. Are you understanding? So you need,
Equilibrium.
you know, the potential is there. The potential is there. But you cannot break the wall. Yes, you need a stimulus. You need some help. You need some help which opens the gate. Which direction? Yo, from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Why I am giving you this example? What is natural? Will, you know, don't go to Europe. We stay here in Muslim countries. Will, you know, preferably the boy will go to the girl side. You understand?
Yes.
Because the girls, naturally they have got some, you know, haya. I am saying we are staying in the Muslim this.
Yeah.
So as soon as a person comes and he says, you know, there are so many boys here and so many girls there, so may I arrange your marriage with this some person? Female on the other side? Say Bismillah. You understand? What? Did you get my message?
Yes. Yes.
Without stimulus, this cannot happen. Yani, I do not have a girl to marry, but I am waiting for, subhanallah, some help from Allah.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so you got the message now?
Yes.
This is a membrane which is separated. Now listen, do the girls want to marry?
Yes.
The extra girls. Do they want to marry?
Yes.
Do the extra boys want to marry?
Yes.
Can they cross?
No.
No. Now, where are they now? Difference. Can you pick up the point?
Yes.
Those 5 girls and the 5 boys who are not married, they have come to the wall. Yani, Ya Allah, something. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
So let's use this example. In a normal living cell membrane, wake up, wake up, wake up. In a normal living cell membrane, the inside of the cell membrane is negative. The outside of the cell membrane is
Positive.
Have you picked up the point?
Yes.
Have you picked up the reason? Because the opposite charges, they attract, but they cannot cross because there is no stimulus. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Have they got potential? Yes. Any stimulus will give them action potential. Action potential. Now, the last diagram for this series, this is what I am saying. This is normal cell. Can you see the negative inside?
Yes.
Can you see the negative inside?
Yes.
Can you see the positive inside?
Yes.
What is this called?
Resting membrane.
Resting membrane potential. Is the cell dead? No. If it was dead, this arrangement could not be there. This would have been like this. You understand? So from this story, we don't remember the girls and the boys. We just remember few things. One, the positive and the negative, their concentration is different on inside and outside of the cell membrane. Two, in the resting membrane, the inside of the membrane is negative and the outside of the membrane is positive. The name is resting membrane potential. So this is the first thing that we have learned up till now. All right. So my dears, this is what I explained to you, but only one point here to pick it up. We will not read these slides. These are the explanations of the words which I told, okay? So you can read it before your quiz or whatever it is. One new point here is this, that the resting membrane potential in neurons is minus 70 millivolt. Okay? So when you are taking the points, you can mark it on your slides, for example. The doctor said that maybe this type of thing can come as an MCQ. So the difference in, I am giving you one example of reading. Next slide I will not read. You can read it so that you know that whatever I said is there on the slide. So no need to worry. So there is difference. So difference in concentration of positive and negative ion produce a voltage called membrane potential. All right. The membrane potential is called the resting membrane potential when this potential is measured in a resting but not exciting cell. Yani he is sleeping. He is sleeping, not excited. So resting membrane potential. The resting membrane potential, this is abbreviation. Resting membrane potential in neuron is minus 70 millivolts. So I said, whatever I say, it is there on the slide. Okay. Why there is resting membrane potential? Why there is difference? Have I discussed it with you in detail? So point number one, unequal distribution of ions. Now for MCQ, the main cation is positive. Inside the cell is, outside the cell is, or extracellular fluid, intracellular fluid. So write with this MCQ. What is the main inside negative? Negative ion inside protein. What is the main negative outside? Chloride. Remember the diagram? And I pointed out. What is the cause for resting membrane potential? What is the cause for resting membrane potential? What is the cause? Yes, come on. Unequal distribution of ions. Girls are more on one side, boys are more on the other side. This is the reason for the potential. This is the reason for the action potential. Sorry, the resting membrane potential. My dears, if it is changed, what it is called? Do not read. He is sleeping. What is the name of the potential? He is sleeping. Resting membrane potential. Muhammad, or I give him a stimulus. Will the potential remain resting membrane potential? No. It will convert to something which we will learn now. And it will be called action potential. So we say What is this word, my dear?
Reversal.
What does reverse mean? You put the car in reverse, what does it mean?
Opposite.
Opposite. You change the direction. I am going this side and I go this side. Agreed? What is the reversal in resting membrane potential? Come on.
Action.
I want detail.
Again, sorry.
Equal.
Define the potential, resting membrane potential.
This is the highest or
This is negative inside, positive outside. What is reversal? Positive inside, negative outside. Are you with me? How this will happen? Yes, after stimulus, how? Come on. Sorry for disturbing your minds.
By the gates of the membrane.
By opening the gate of the membrane, now what will happen?
Sodium goes inside.
Very good. It is very fast movement of sodium. The boys immediately go to the girls. You understand? So immediately sodium goes in. Why potassium does not go out? Difficult question. Yes.
Because the sodium is entering, so they can't.
The sodium is more powerful. Yes. It is already married. Yes. Concentration of potassium is more also inside. It can come out. Which class is this?
physiology. This class is physiology.
No. Which class are you? Second year. Okay. So this door is meant for
Second year.
second year. I am standing here. If a fourth year student comes in, will I allow him? No. So each channel is for one thing. This is sodium channel opening, not potassium channel. You remember when someone said from here the proteins are in the cell membrane which are making gates. Now this gate, it needs your Bitaka card. You put it there, tell that I am second year. You understand?
Yes.
So if you are sodium, you can pass. If you are any other plus ion like magnesium, you cannot pass. Calcium, you cannot pass. Potassium, you cannot pass. You understand what I am saying? Listen, this is called voltage gated channel. Voltage, you know volt? So the volt, it is controlling the channel. Let's make it simple, please. Don't worry. Now I am coming to not B plus, I am coming to C plus. My dear, minus 70. What is this?
Resting potential.
Resting potential. Muhammad, stimulus.
Yes.
When this stimulus reaches the threshold potential, you see, Muhammad, he's not waking up because he's in the deep sleep running a car, you know, and doing drifting, enjoying the sleep. Muhammad, he thinks that someone is in the, race. Now the advice which he gave, that you said pinch or punch, whatever. So I push him or punch him, or I put some water on him. Now this reaches threshold. You see, I was passing from here, and Umar, he made his leg like this in front of me. I was passing from here, and he made his leg in front of me, So I just passed from here. I thought that maybe this was by mistake. You are with me?
Yeah.
I return back, again he makes his leg in front of me. Can it be by chance now?
No.
But I still ignore because I am teacher. So I go this side, and when I come back, again he makes his leg in front of me. Now I have reached my threshold. Why you are doing this? Get out. You understand? So threshold, now the stimulus is the powerful stimulus which will do what? It will, see it, your slide, maybe you are not able to see this. What is written here? See your slide. P. What does P mean? And with P, what is it? Up. Up means what? Increase. P is for permeability, ability to pass. So, if the threshold is reached, the sodium permeability increases. Are you with me? Yani sodium channel opens. Permeability, try to translate it into Arabic if you have not understood. Permeability. Min nafuz, you can make nafadiyah, yes. Ability to pass. You see, I want to jump out of here. So I open this much. Can I go out?
No.
Yes. You understand? So yani different things, they determine it. Here it is voltage. I repeat once again. What is this? Minus 70 in a nerve. It can be different in a muscle. What happened here? Stimulus. What happened here? Reached threshold. This is the fourth time that Omar put his leg in front of me. So the stimulus is powerful. Now what will happen? It will increase permeability for sodium. Have you understood the word permeability?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. If anyone has not, please raise your hand so that I don't go out. So, now what will happen? Sodium will move. Which direction? Which direction? Which direction? From high to low. Which direction? Which direction? From extracellular fluid to the intracellular fluid. Yes. What is the charge inside the cell membrane? Negative. How much negative? Minus 70, not 70. You are with me? Now when sodium goes in very quickly, minus 50, minus 40, minus 30, minus 20, minus 10, 0, plus 10, plus 20, plus very fast, like this, it is not going like this. It is going like this. Are you with me?
Yes.
So when so much positive will go inside, this is negative, this is positive. So when so much positive will go inside, will this remain negative?
No.
Yes. So what will happen to polarity, potential? It will be reversed. What is the name? Come on. Don't worry, everything is on the slide. Don't worry. Everything is written on the slide. When you change the polarity, what is it called? Depolarization. What is the cause for depolarization? Very good. What is the cause for depolarization? Is it written here? Wonderful. So now the official word, they say sodium goes inside. This is the cause for depolarization. So let's make it difficult. So this is, in English, this is called caused by sodium influx. All right, you are with me? Okay. Look at my hand. This is resting membrane potential, negative, positive. Agreed? Stimulus, increase permeability. Sodium goes in, so the charge is reversed. This becomes positive. This becomes
Negative.
Now the cell can move. The muscle can contract. The nerve can send an impulse. Are you with me? But is the cell normal?
No.
No. It is not resting. Like my muscle. Like I have lifted a weight. I have contracted my muscles. Have I lifted it? Have I taken gold medal? Yes. But is it normal? No. I have to take it back to normal. Agreed? So now, this voltage is changed. What do you see written here? See your slide. decrease permeability for sodium because the sodium channel will close. Because this is not minus 50, this is plus 30. It is voltage channel. The channel will close. It is closing voltage. But subhanallah, what is written next? Same place. That is why I said subhanallah. Exact same place, sodium channel closed, but the potassium channel open. Are you with me? What is the charge on potassium? Positive. Listen, is it easy to push out sodium? Why did you say no? Because sodium is more outside. You understand? We want to push the sodium back to the outside. It is not easy. How can you do it? By active transport. Remember last lecture? You need energy to push. But it will need time. Do you have time? No. See, I want to move my finger. We are in a competition. Who moves the finger more in 1 minute? You understand?
Yes.
So I want to reverse very fast. Subhanallah, yani, I want to speak different words. It is all action potential. So it is not easy to push out sodium. What is easy? Open potassium channel. So potassium goes out because potassium is more inside. Are you with me?
Yes.
So potassium easily goes out. What is the charge on potassium? See, this is resting membrane potential. Negative, positive. Depolarization. Negative, positive. Now potassium goes out. Out. What will happen? Change to
Another side.
now you are confused. You know, it will reverse back to normal. Yani negative inside and positive outside. Agreed?
Yes.
Is the cell normal?
Yes.
No!
Why?
Because the girls have gone out
Oh.
and the boys are in. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sorry. It is telling break time. Just a second. No, wait. It is just a reminder for me. It is telling me that, you know, it is break time.
Again.
Yes. I will finish this point and then I'll give you back. Are you with me? Is the cell normal when potassium went out? No, the girls have gone out. Potassium has gone out and sodium, the enemy is still inside. Are you with me? What will you do now? We have to throw out sodium and bring back potassium. So we tell sodium, you get out, and tell the potassium to come in. But this is very difficult because sodium has to be pushed against high concentration and potassium has to be pulled against high concentration. Is this diffusion? No. What is it called? Active transport, which will need ATP. So this is a sodium potassium pump. 3 sodium go out. Now listen, 3 sodium go out and 2 potassium come in. That is why less plus inside. That is why inside will again become negative. So my dear, we will stop at this point. This process is called again polarization, yani repolarization. What is the cause for repolarization?
Decreasing.
Come on. What is the cause for repolarization? Let's start once again. What is this? Depolarization. What is the cause? Sodium influx. What is this? Coming back. Repolarization. What is the cause? Potassium going out. Potassium going out. So going out is called efflux. Efflux. It goes below and then comes back to the resting membrane potential When you come back exactly in 7 minutes, okay? So we start from here. In the resting membrane potential, it is called what? Change in the resting membrane potential is called what? Action potential. How many parts in the action potential? Now we'll do it slowly, okay? The same depolarization, repolarization. First I will show you the slide so that you are not worried. Everything which I speak, it is written there, okay? So don't worry. The first point is this. When from resting membrane potential, it is changed to positive side, this is called depolarization. When it is taken back, it is called repolarization, okay? But when it becomes more negative, this is resting membrane potential. When it becomes more negative, it is called hyperpolarization. Yani it is even more negative, okay? Hyperpolarization. So what is resting membrane potential? Negative inside. What is depolarization? It is positive inside. What is repolarization? Again, normal polarity. What is hyperpolarization? More negative. So it is brought back to the resting membrane potential. Now we have 5 slides to make this slowly. Number 1, what is depolarization? It is inward movement of sodium which makes the outside less positive and inside more positive. Okay? This is explosive, like a blast, very fast, like this. It is by opening of the sodium channel. This is step 1. Step 2. When it reaches the peak, plus 30, the sodium movement stops. So when the sodium movement stops, we say this is peak. You know peak?
Highest.
Highest point. So this is the peak. It has stopped. But what happens here? Remember? Potassium channel opens. So when the potassium channel opens, the potassium goes out. What is the name of the process? So we are repeating the action potential on 5 slides, okay? Finally, this is so fast. It is so fast that it becomes even more negative than the resting membrane potential. This is minus 70. So it becomes more negative. What is the name? Hyperpolarization. The cause is the same. That is opening of the potassium channel. The potassium is going out. The potassium is going out. The cause remains the same. Now is it normal? No, it is not normal. Because number 1, it has gone below the resting membrane potential. Number 2, potassium has gone outside and the sodium has come inside. So this is not good. Now, this is brought back. Potassium gates close and sodium-potassium pump operates. That is active transport, and this is brought back to minus 70. So this is called returning to the resting membrane potential. So this was the story of the action potential. Nothing to worry about. The detail is now written here. Finally, again the detail is written here. I said I made slides in writings. Many people, because I told you last time for MCQ, prepare the figures. Don't forget about that. But still some people, they will not do it. So this is the description. What is depolarization? It is the change in polarity of the membrane by sodium influx. How much? Plus 30. What is repolarization? At the peak, sodium channel closed, potassium channel open, and the reason is potassium efflux. So the same story is now written on this slide so that you can prepare it for your quiz. Now we can speed up because I am going to the things which you know from your Biology. What is a neuron? Again, what is our today's topic? Excitable tissue. How many excitable tissues? What are the names? Nerve and muscle. How many types of nerves? Sensory and motor. Okay? And how many types of muscle? Three. But action potential is same everywhere. Did I name glands? No, I did not name glands. Glands do not have action potential like the nerve and muscle. They are not excitable. Your pancreas is producing insulin. Your thyroid is producing thyroid hormone. Your pituitary is producing 10 hormones. You know? But they do not have action potential like this. They simply produce secretion and throw it out by exocytosis with the feedback mechanism, negative or positive feedback mechanism. So yes, neuron. You raised your head.
Yes, I wanted to give you answer, but
I answered myself. Okay, sorry. But I give you full credit. So my dears, neuron is the basic unit for nervous system. Structural and functional. Yani, if I ask you, if anatomy person asked you, what is nervous system made up of? Neuron. If a physiology person asks you how a nerve functions, so you will answer about neuron. You know. So this is structural and functional unit. Now, very quickly, this is not our topic. This is anatomy. This is nucleus. These are dendrites, and this is axon. This is axon. This is axon. So we will take this up and we will go further at a little good speed. What type of nerve is this?
The nerve system.
What type of nerve is this? What is nerve? Anatomy. What is nerve? What is nerve?
Something that connects muscles.
What is nerve? If we look at this diagram, what is nerve?
It has a head or cell.
What is nerve? Nerve is the axon of the neuron. How simple? Anatomy. Agreed or not?
Yeah.
What is nerve? This is nerve. What is this? You know, this is the cell body. This is the cell body of the neuron. It has nucleus. Where is it? For example, it is in my brain. There is nucleus there. Many neurons are there. This nerve is coming for this finger with this big nerve. You understand? Let's move on. So this story, physiology is just this, that we just say this, that there are two types of neurons. One are the sensory neurons, difficult word, efferent. One are the motor neurons, difficult word, efferent. But yani, there is another third type, which connects these two. So this is between the two neurons. What is the English word for between? Inter. So yani, between two neurons. So connect two neurons from one to the other. So this is called interneuron. Alright? So these are the third types which carry impulses from sensory neuron to the motor neuron, or opposite, from motor neuron to the sensory neuron. But these are the two main types of the neurons. How the action potential moves in the neuron? I will go to the next slide and then come back. You remember I asked you a question which you did not answer and I did not stress upon. I asked you which type of neuron is this? You know the answer.
Unipolar.
You see, did you notice that I was having this like this in the first lecture?
Yes.
And now I have made it like this. Alright? So this is neuron. Can you see it here?
No.
This is axon. Neuron, okay? Can you see my skin here?
yes.
Can you see my skin here?
No.
What is this?
Shirt. Shirt.
Shirt. Shirt. Very good. Proud of you. But let them understand. He actually answered what I wanted to. So what is this? He said shirt. It is rolled around this. You understand? Let's make this here. Myelin, yes. These are a special type of cell. It is called Schwann cell. Don't worry, anatomy. But these special cells, they are like wrapping on the neuron. You know why? That is, for example, can you see this wire? No. If this is electric wire, it is covered, you know, what you call غير موصل now. It is not giving me current. Agree? If I remove some part from it and I touch it and it is connected, it will give me current. Agreed?
Yes.
So this is the myelin sheath. But it is not continuous. Myelin sheath is like this. There are small gaps. Please try to understand. I will not confuse you further. I will just jump to a slide and then come back. Action potential jump from here to here. Why? Because it cannot travel here. Because this is ghair muwassal. It has to take sodium from outside. It has to push potassium outside. Remember?
Yeah.
Depolarization, repolarization. Can it take place here? No.
No.
Let's go back. We have two types of nerve anatomically. Physiologically, sensory and motor. Anatomically, one which is covered, this is called myelinated. And one which is not covered, this is called
Axon.
and unmyelinated. Yani without myelination. So there are two types of nerve, my dears. One is called myelinated nerve, one is called unmyelinated nerve. There are two different types of transport of action potential. Now let's understand this. I am sending the command from my brain. Move the finger. Contract the finger. Let's make it difficult. Flex the finger. Physiotherapy. Flex the finger. Making more difficult. Use the muscle pollicis longus to flex the finger. I am going into anatomy. Who takes this message? Nerve. How nerve takes this message? By movement of action potential. Movement of action potential. See, the action potential is standing here. Alright? Now the action potential has started moving. This is called impulse, which he said in the beginning. Impulse. You know, this nerve has action potential, which is standing here. It is of no use. You understand? I am sitting like this and I am thinking, you know, if I do not listen to Dr. Ahmed's lecture, maybe I do not get good grades. You are not taking any action. You understand? Suddenly you wake up, you start listening. You understand? And now you start moving. You make your chair, you come near me to listen to me. Now, this action potential is transferred from one place of the nerve to the other place by two methods. If this is myelinated nerve, this is by jumping. Jumping. You know jumping? Like Arnab. Rabbit. From node to node. Yani the place where there can be exchange. This is very easy to understand. When we go back, we see the second slide. There are two types of conduction. What is conduction? Transfer of an action potential in the nerve fiber. So there are two types of conduction. One is called saltatory conduction. What is saltatory? Jumping. Make a rabbit with it. Jumping from node to node. And right here, although it is on the next slide, It is there on the next slide. But right here, this is in the myelinated nerve. So that you do not confuse, okay? It is on the next slide, but I'm just making you. The other is called contiguous, which is for the unmyelinated. I will make you understand on the diagram. This is the commonest. This is in the brain. All right. What is our topic? Let's start once again. My dears, we are discussing neuron. Neurons, they have got impulse. What is impulse? Impulse is conduction of the action potential. How action potential is conducted? There are two methods. One in the myelinated nerve is called saltatory conduction, and you see now there is description. I will not stop here. It is in the myelinated nerve. Between the myelinated nerve there are nodes of Renware. Nerve impulse jumps from node to node. This is called saltatory conduction. What is the property of saltatory conduction? Because it is jumping. Remember the story of the rabbit and the tortoise? What do you call tortoise in Arabic? Ornaments. So, who was fast? Rabbit. So, saltatory conduction, it is fast. Because it is jumping. Alright?
Yeah.
So, what is the second type? Which is less important. See, this is positive, this is the stimulus, this is making it inside negative. How it will move? Direction of conduction. So I press the next button. This you will not see on your slides, but it is like this. I repeat once again. Where is the stimulus? Can you see the stimulus on the top?
Yes.
Left side. It is making action potential. What will happen to this action potential? Now, it will simply move like this. What is saltatory conduction? What is continuous or contiguous? This negative will make the next negative. What is the meaning of contiguous? Contiguous means I have got a skin infection and I put my hand with him, his skin, and my skin infection goes to him. You understand? I have got COVID and I make a sneeze and it goes to the others. This is called contiguous.
Like diffusion?
You understand? Contiguous. Yani it is spread by touch. Contiguous. You know? So when two things are having ittasal, so they are muttasil. So this transfers action potential from this to this. Yes.
You said this thing, when you have a sense this, it's diffusion, right?
Yeah, but we don't say diffusion. I'm just giving a new concept now. I'm giving a new concept. It is called conduction by local current flow. All right. So don't worry much. This is, you know, more MCQs are on this point. Which one is faster? Saltatory conduction. So MCQ. Which one is faster? So saltatory. All right. So, what is the type of conduction in unmyelinated nerve? Yes. What is the type of conduction in unmyelinated nerve? It is conduction by local current flow, or the second name which is written on the third slide, contiguous. Okay. So here, one place which becomes active, it stimulates the next place. Now the boring topic finished, and we come to another interesting topic. Now, you know, this is one neuron. This is another neuron. This neuron is neuron number 2. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Please come back. I said boring topic finished. Now interesting topic. This is neuron number 1. This is having action potential. Are you with me?
Yes.
This is neuron number 2, which is not having action potential. Now, this neuron wants to send its action potential into the next one. Are they connected? No. There is a gap. How this will send the message to the next one?
By clipped.
Slide. Touch.
I'm saying they're not touching.
Eye touching.
They cannot touch. This is anatomy. Yes, yes, very good. At least he's thinking. There is a gap. This is anatomy. Yani, it's not like this. They cannot do this.
Third part.
Come on.
Bystander.
Yes, common sense. Think of something. I have to throw my charge. I have to tell him, move the finger. How I will do it? So, subhanallah, there is chemical. There is chemical, which is called neurotransmitter. Remember when he said adrenaline? You see? So, presynaptic neuron. Listen. Now neuron number 1, this is called presynaptic and this is called postsynaptic, yani qabl synapse. This is called bad. Yes. So this is the gap. This all is called a synapse. Let's make it simple. This is neuron number 1. This is neuron number 2. This is neuron number 1. This is neuron number 2. I did not say it. Let me take back. This full thing is called define synapse. Define synapse. Yes, yes, define synapse. What is junction? Yes, meeting. Meeting, link. The place where two things join. You understand? So this is the place where two neurons, they come close and one can send the message to the next one. There can be another chance also that this neuron is active. Listen. He's talking. Again, Umar in front of me. He's talking, and he's talking. I want to stop him. This is called inhibition. So it is possible that this neuron is active and this neuron wants to stop it. Why we sleep? How we sleep? I was active 10 minutes before and now doctor's lecture is so boring that I slept. How we sleep? Because we are inhibited. Okay, I was sleeping and this boy, he made me awake and I started working. This is called excitation. So two things, excitation and inhibition. Let me group the things together. My dears, we have got a structure which has got two neurons. One before and one after. For the before, we have the word pre. For the after, we have the word post. So this is made up of presynaptic neuron and postsynaptic neuron. I will display it and then I come back. Now, there is gap between the two neurons. Gap between the two neurons. This is khala. This is gap. Khala. In English, it is called cleft. Cleft. So once again,
What's the function of the cleft?
this is the next topic which I will discuss in 5 minutes, inshallah. So this is synapse. This is presynaptic neuron, this is the postsynaptic neuron. What is this? Cleft. What do you see inside the presynaptic neuron? Don't go to the next slide. What do you see inside the presynaptic neuron?
Neurotransmitter.
Neurotransmitter. What is neurotransmitter? Very good. I did not teach you. The slide is after 10 slides. Yes. Can you tell me? Yes, very good. What is neurotransmitter? He said it is chemical. What is the purpose of neurotransmitter? Come on. What does adrenaline do?
Push the blood.
Yani, it comes from somewhere. And it causes its effect on the heart, on the blood vessels, on my hair.
Stimulate.
So many, yes. Either stimulate, that is excitation, or inhibit. I told you two things. It is already stimulated, please stop. Omar, don't talk. You understand? So neurotransmitter transmits. What is transmission? Tarsil. Transmission. Neurotransmitter transmits the message from the presynaptic neuron to the postsynaptic neuron. Now please listen to a few steps which are written on the next. Don't worry. Can you pick up something here? Calcium. All right. When action potential comes in the presynaptic neuron, at the moment, just listen, then we will see it on two other slides. When action potential reaches the presynaptic neuron, it causes entry of calcium into presynaptic neuron. When calcium goes in, it causes exocytosis of neurotransmitter. So neurotransmitter comes in the synaptic cleft. Neurotransmitter fills the synaptic cleft. What is this? Adrenaline. What is this? Acetylcholine. What is this? Histamine. What is this? Dopamine. What is this? Serotonin. I am stopping. There are so many. Don't worry, not your topic. So whatever it is, it comes in the synaptic cleft. Now what do you see on the postsynaptic neuron? What do you see in the postsynaptic neuron? So number one, he says there is mustaqbil, receptor, which receives, Bismillah, come, marhaba. Receives whom? Neurotransmitter. He says, Bismillah, come. What was the target? The target was to produce action potential in the postsynaptic neuron. Again, the action potential will be produced by entry of sodium. So that is why we say this is ion channel receptor. So this says marhaba to the neurotransmitter. And when the neurotransmitter comes, it opens sodium channel. So sodium goes into the postsynaptic neuron, and this causes the action potential in the postsynaptic neuron. Are you with me?
Yes.
Let's start again. And 2 slides we have got this repetition. Action potential, entry of calcium, release of neurotransmitter, binding of the neurotransmitter with the ion channel receptor, opening of the ion channel, entry of the sodium. If it is excitation, yes, please ask. Yes, yes.
Doctor, neurotransmitter, what's happening then after the post receive the message?
Wonderful. This is, this is the thought process which I love. He says, doctor, he's thinking 10 slides ahead. Doctor, what will happen to the neurotransmitter after the action potential is generated? Because if it stays there, your finger will stay like this. Is he right or wrong?
It's right.
Yes. So number one, there are 3 things. Number one, it is taken back by this because it is very important. So it is taken back by endocytosis. Number 2, if it cannot be done fast, then it is destroyed by an enzyme. Number 3, it goes into the extracellular fluid and becomes diluted. You understand? So this point is very important. This is the last point on the 2 slides after. All right, my dears. So we go to the steps. This is just for the ones who will love doing it on the figure. Don't worry, it is in detail in the next 2 slides. So again, an action potential is propagated, calcium enters, neurotransmitter release, neurotransmitter bind to the receptor, and specific ion channels open. The same 5 steps which I told you. Action potential, jumping, saltatory in the presynaptic neuron. Calcium enters, step number 2. Neurotransmitter released, step number 3. Binds with the receptor, step number 5. Opens the channel for ion, step number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is for understanding the lecture. And this is to prepare for the quiz if you want. Step 1, step 2, calcium enters.
Does
No. This is a very good question. His question is this, that is the synapse different in myelinated and unmyelinated? In unmyelinated, I said this is very small area. It is in the brain mostly. So the neurons are very close. They just simply transfer their impulse into the next one. His question is very important, good, but it is PhD level. I will not go into detail. This is called not chemical synapse. It is called electrical synapse, okay? But I will not go into detail. This what we are discussing is based upon neurotransmitter. So once again, action potential or the impulse in the presynaptic neuron, calcium enters into the presynaptic neuron, it causes release of the neurotransmitter, neurotransmitter binds with the receptor, when it binds with the receptor, it causes entry, but now, teacher's job is to make things more difficult as we go further. Now I've added another point. Entry or exit of the ions. You remember I told you in the beginning, one, this neuron is excited and this is sleeping. So this makes it excited. And two, I said, this is already excited and this neuron wants to stop it. Omar, keep quiet. You understand? Or sleep. Inhibition. This is done by removing the potassium. This is called exit of ions. Do not go into this detail. Leave the PhD things for PhD guys. So this is his question. He's not looking at me. This is his question. What happens to the neurotransmitter? So neurotransmitter is broken down by enzyme or taken back into the presynaptic terminal. By this, the action finishes. This is called the function of synapse. What is the title?
Neurotransmitter.
I said there will be one slide for it. So it is a chemical which is stored in the neurons. They transmit an impulse. So neuro from neuron and transmitter from the word transmit. So neurotransmitter, it is a chemical which transmits impulse. How many types of neurotransmitters? Two types, because there are two processes. One is called stimulation or excitation. The other is called inhibition. Can you give some examples of excitatory neurotransmitters? Leave it. Just read it before the quiz. Can you give some examples of inhibitory neurotransmitters? Most commonly we give GABA. Alright, so prepare this for MCQ. So mark here, aspartate, glutamate, GABA. How many excitable tissues? 2. What is the second one now? How many things about the muscle do you know? Without seeing the slides. Don't go to the slides. Yes. 3 types of muscle. Skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle. Yes. Anything which you know about muscle or skeletal muscle. Anything, yes.
We cannot control the smooth muscle.
We cannot control the smooth muscle and the cardiac muscle. Yes. Now go to the molecular level. What is contraction? What is contraction? And what is relaxation? Skeletal, cardiac, smooth muscle all have contraction. Why I have taken up this marker? Have you seen this? Some teacher did this with you in biology or not?
Bones?
Not bones. I am talking of muscle.
Yeah.
Tissue.
But I don't remember.
Yes. Someone is saying something like that. Very good. He says skeletal is like your shirt. He says skeletal is like your shirt. Striated, striped. It's not like his shirt. No striation. When I teach this topic, I wear this type of shirt. One dark band, one light band. One dark band, one light band. Now you remember something or not?
In Arabic,
مخططة in Arabic.
Min khiyat or min khat? Okay. All right. So my dears, please stay with me. Nothing to worry about. Can you see the same like my shirt here? We will go on explaining it. We will go on explaining it. Yes, don't worry. Whenever you have to go out, just go out so that the class is not disturbed. Okay. This is the big muscle. From, this was this muscle. From this is one muscle fiber, from which this is broken down and brought to the smallest, like neuron. What is the smallest unit of a muscle? Myo means muscle. Myofibril. It is the smallest part of the muscle. Let's make it even small. So my dears, this is what I made here. I will inshallah explain it in a minute. See, remember this thumb and this thumb. This is Z line, A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, or Z line. And this is actin filament. And this is myosin. So we'll learn it here. This is Z line. This is Z line. This is Z line. The distance between two Z line is called. See your slide. The distance between two Z line is called. So anything related to skeletal muscle is sarco. So sarcomere. What is sarcomere? The distance between two Z lines. You can write it on your slide. Sarcomere is the area between two Z lines. Z or Z, whatever you like to say. So the area between two Z lines is called a sarcomere. Are you with me?
Yes.
Now, this blue and this red, remember, this is thick, this is thin. This is thick and this is thin. So this is now big here, okay? We will take it up. This one is this one, which is called myosin. Don't worry, it is on the next slide as well. So the thick one, the red one, which you can see here, this is actually this one, which is myosin, the thick one. Do you know golf?
yes.
Golf? So there are golf handles or bats with which they put the ball like this, okay? So it is like a golf bag. And this thin or blue, this is this one. This is called thin filament or actin filament. Don't worry, it will be there on the next slide. What is sarcomere?
Between two zip lines.
All right. So the membrane of the muscle is called sarcolemma. New name. The membrane of the muscle is called sarcolemma. Myofibril is the smallest unit of the skeletal muscle fiber. Very important point. Do you remember endoplasmic reticulum? Do you remember cell? Do you remember cell?
Yes.
Do you remember nucleus?
Yes.
Do you remember Golgi apparatus?
Yes.
Do you remember endoplasmic reticulum? If no, look at a cell. The cell has endoplasmic reticulum which packs the proteins, helps the formation of protein. RNA is attached with it. I am not going into detail. This is biology. Here I am just telling the special reticulum means shabka, network reticulum. It means shabka. So this is sarcoplasmic reticulum. It is very important because after 5 minutes I will tell you that calcium is inside it. Calcium is stored inside it. So remember sarcoplasmic reticulum, mukhaffaf for abbreviation is SR. Alright? So this is endoplasmic reticulum of the muscle cell. Alright. So sarcolemma, myofibril, sarcoplasmic reticulum. So myofibrils, they are the individual smallest unit of the muscle. They are made up of two types of proteins. One is called thick filament or myosin, and the other is called thin filament or actin. Alright, don't worry. Breakup and the seal is there on the next slides. How many types of contractile protein? Now the topic is contractile protein. What is contractile? Which can contract? What is contract? Difficult word. Contract. What is contract? What is contract? Yes, but I am asking that tafsir. So I go back. What is contract? Contract means the distance between the two Z line becomes small. What is relax? It becomes normal. What is contract? The distance between two Z line becomes small. What is contract? Sarcomere becomes small. What is contract? Please, can you see this marker?
Yes.
What is contract? Before, this is my fingers, thumb, huh?
Yes.
Before contraction. After contraction. That is, it is finishing the distance, you know. It was here in the beginning. Now it is finishing. This we will learn, inshallah, in a very polite way. Nothing pushing, that will be on the slide. All right. So we have actin and myosin filaments. What is the name for the thick filament? Myosin. What is the special thing which you see in the myosin? You can see on your slide. What do you see in the myosin? It has got a head, two heads, ras, two heads. What do you see on the head? See your slide, see your slide, see your slide. Actin, not action. Actin. What is actin? The thin filament. And what is the second thing? It is myosin ATPase. What do you think from the word ATPase? Have you? Yes, energy. What is ACE? Enzyme. What is ATP? Energy. Where do you get it from? Nutrition. What is ATPase? An enzyme which breaks ATP. What is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. What is the importance? ATPase breaks it. One phosphate gone. Energy released. ADP, adenosine diphosphate. ATPase, AMP, adenosine wahid, monophosphate. You understand? So each ATP has two phosphates which can explode and give energy. Now you understand what is ATPase?
Yes.
So it is the enzyme which is attached here. Yani, this can break ATP. What is the function of myosin now? Can you tell me? Number one. Let's start once again. Thick filament is called? Thin filament is called? Actin. I go back. Or I go further. Just a second. Sorry. Thin filament is called? Actin. Okay. So what is the function of myosin?
Breaking the ATP.
Number one, breaking the ATP to produce energy. For what? Contraction. Number two, look at this. To bind with the thin filament, which is actin. So it binds with the thin filament and releases energy. How the contraction takes place, this is what we are going to pass through. You know, I said I do not have hurry. I have full tutorial next week, 3rd September, inshallah. So I will finish the slides, revision there. So just a small point over here. Just don't worry. My dears, look at this now. What is this? Actin. What is the second name for actin? Thin filament. What do you see here? We see a strange thing, that the thin filament is made up of so many things that we are confused. Yani, there are small molecules like this, which has got binding site for attachment with myosin. What is myosin? Thick filament. The slide before, okay?
Yes.
So yani, the head of myosin can bind over here. Let us now get confused. This is Jama, plus sign. And this is troponin, which is 3. And this is tropomyosin. Alright? So stay with me, try to understand a little bit, and we will continue inshallah during the tutorial next week. Just this much. Today I will not make you read. Listen. Normally, this place which is meant for the myosin head, this is covered by tropomyosin. So troponin, tropomyosin, it is covering the active site, this one, which can bind with this. I know you are getting now very much bored and not understanding anything. You see, I want to make friend with Saleh.
Yes.
And Saleh also wants to make friend with me. You understand? But he is his friend. And he does not want me to become his friend. You understand?
Yes.
So he always sit with him. Are you listening?
Yes.
Now example making it easy. So he always sit with him, and when I come there, he does not leave him. He does not want me to make friend with Saleh. You understand?
Yes.
Now Umar, he wants to help me. So he takes him, he said, come with me, I'll show you something. He takes him away, and I go and I make friend with Saleh. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Understand.
Do you know what is the name for Umar?
What is it?
It is calcium. Now I start once again. What is contraction? Contraction is me trying to make friend with Saleh. But, sorry, what is your name? Munir.
Yes.
So Munir is covering Saleh, not allowing me to shake hand with Saleh. You understand? There is a small thing here. This is called troponin, okay? No, Omar is calcium. So Omar comes and he shows him, Munir, come here. He goes away, and immediately, because now this is empty, I will bind with him. You understand?
Yes.
I will explain this inshallah in the tutorial. Let me finish today's topic on 3 slides. We have thick filament, myosin, which has got actin binding site. Alright?
Right.
We have thin filament, which has got binding site for myosin. Yani these two, they want to meet. This will lead to contraction, which we'll discuss in the tutorial. But no, tropomyosin covers it. Munir covers him. He does not want myosin to meet with actin. Because this will be, the hand will become like this. It does not want contraction. So now, calcium comes and it binds with troponin, which pulls tropomyosin away, and this happens. How this happens? We will discuss it inshallah next time. So first, normally active site is covered by tropomyosin. Calcium comes, it pulls the troponin. When it pulls troponin, the active site is exposed and the head of myosin binds with the actin. All of you who are present, please send your ID number to your leaders, Omar and Saleh, and they will send it to me because we need attendance for your team, okay? They want how many students have come, okay? But send it now to your leaders.